Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here to put the last 4 page kits together for the crop. When this will be going up, it'll be tonight. Sometimes when you film stuff ahead, it's a little hard to remember when things are going to go up, but we are going to have 10 challenges. Ooh, I love this color with this. If only there was 3. Okay, there's going to be 10 challenges. There we go. 10 challenges, and we're going to make 10 pages. All the pages will be done live. Like nothing's pre-recorded. Nothing is like you put a challenge up there and like good luck. And I'll just be online for a little bit. Like I'm online for the whole thing. One thing we're going to do is I even did a timeline already for another video that I'm doing. It was sort of like organizing my photos, and I decided that I would take you along. So I'm going to have the time. I already have the timeline written out of all our adventures, like all the days and everything. Ooh, okay. I think I want to do squares this time instead of circles. Okay. So we're going to be talking about the trip and all the adventures and all that good stuff while we're making pages. Okay. Let me just get this out of here. Because usually what I like to do is to put a circle and then put a 1.5 inch circle, but I think I like this look a lot. I might still put a circle, or yeah, I don't think I want to put another square. And I've talked about that quite a bit, you know, that when you're doing your layering, vary the size. So if you're using a circle, you know, add some squares, some labels, just to vary the size. Okay, let me see here. And it helps with your cluster. I wonder, ooh, is there another color in there? Maybe I'll just go with those 2 and then an embellishment. I think that's what I'll do. I'm not going to push it. Not going to push it. So now we're going to do, yeah, there's butterflies here. So I think it's been a minute, maybe not, but I feel like it's been a minute since I put some butterflies, at least one page kit that I did not put some butterflies. So this is, I think this is pink. This is not rose. I probably don't have any left because, oh, there it is. There it is. You know, when you see them independently, you're like, well, isn't it the same color? But when you see them side by side, then you know, this is rose, this is pink. Not that I don't love pink. I am obsessed with rose right now. Okay, this is one of our like newest colors. It's been out for a few months now, but I am still loving it. You can tell because the sheet is almost gone. But we'll try and use up as many as we can here. I don't know if I want to go with this dark. Let me get just a little one. Because what he did was all the butterflies, he did 1 light, 1 medium, 1 dark. And then the last one, he put all 3 colors together. Okay, let's get this one here. And I just want to say, every time I don't mention it, I always get a question like, are those your digital files? Like, do you have a store? Yes, it's NicoleJones91.com. And, oh, is that, oh, there's another one here. Yay. Okay, let me So it's NicoleJones91.com. You go under classes, stores, and we have, well, the store, I had 2,500 items that I could put, you know, for my, with the store, and we've reached the limit. So there's 2,500 items right now. So just to say, there is a section that we have kind of, it's called clearance. It's not that those items won't be available at all. It just means that they won't be available separately. So you'll be able to get them, but in a bundle. Okay. Let me see. So this is going to be the base. I don't want to go with the dark one. Do I want to go with the light one? Or that one right there? I think I want to go with that one right there. And there's one right here. Perfect. And then I'll go grab these two. Just like that. And then I really love those little arrows right here. Those little arrows right there. Just like that. Okay, cool beans. There we go. Okay. That's going to be it, because remember, the page kit before this, I have a lot of the finishers, and I have rub-ons. Okay, I'm still having my coffee this morning. Ah, it tastes so good. Not that it's super early. If anything, I'm having a later start than what I wanted, which is not good. Especially with that storm a brewing. I want to get a whole bunch of stuff done, including, you know, a couple loads of laundry, and I want to make sure I run my dishwasher, and I can't run the dishwasher when I'm filming. Not that it makes, you know, a bunch of noise. It's just once in a while maybe you'll hear it, but I just don't like to run it in the wash. Not so much the dishwasher, but the washer I find is loud, right? Like when it spins and all that. So I want to make sure that I run at least 1 or 2 loads. And then, of course, you want to go have, no. And I know I was going to get people saying, Nicole, you put the circles back in. And that's what happens is I bring them in to kind of test them with something, and then I leave them, so I don't even know which one I left it in. But that's okay. I'll just grab a couple more. That's happened more than once. And the only reason I notice is because I'm doing this part right away. Normally, I don't do that at the same time. I'll do it, you know, later on. And then I'm like, what's going on? There's something missing here. That's what happens. So yes, I think it's supposed to start getting bad here, like windy and rainy, heavy rain and everything. Probably like later on in the evening, maybe overnight even. So like 3 o'clock in the morning. So I have time. I have time, but you know, I want to make sure that I get everything done that I can get done. And then tonight we're going to start at 6. We were going to do what I call the warm-up. We do a couple of hours and then we do most of the thing on Saturday. Well, because of that storm, I think we're going to go later tonight. We're going to go later. And then tomorrow we'll just go and hopefully, you know, at first I thought they said that the eye of the storm was going to hit here around 2, which I figured, okay, if we finish around 1, then we'll be good. But now they're saying, I think at 3, it's going to be past us. So we might still be good at 1, but man, I think, you know, and, you know, they kind of give you, I don't know, sort of like little warnings, right? And for us to lose our power, there's low, moderate, high, and extreme. We're not in the extreme, which is good, but we are in the high. High possibility that we're going to lose power. Now, if we lose power, whatever we don't get done this week, I'm going to do next week right away. Right away, I'll do next week. And we'll do it on Saturday. So October 1st. And we have plans to go apple picking on October 2nd. My daughter took the day off and everything. One more drink. My daughter took the day off and her husband, that's his day off. And I got to let, well, I just found out when her day off was. So now I got to let my other daughter know so we can go apple picking. And we usually take like family pictures and stuff. So we're going to do that on October 2nd. So we were talking yesterday and she's like, well, what if with the hurricane, all the apples fall off the tree? And I'm like, oh, that would really suck. They're inland quite a bit, so I don't know. We will see, I guess. We can, you know, that happens, that happens. There's not too much we can do. And so anyway, it is what it is. We'll play it by ear. Hopefully we get some apples, because what I want to do is I want to, you know, peel some and slice them up and stuff and put them in the freezer, ready for apple pies and ready for apple crisp and everything. So that's what I'd like to do. I talked a few weeks ago about how I was making salsa. Anyway, I cut 48 cups of tomatoes. 48 cups of tomatoes, like 8 cups of onions, 8 cups of celery and green pepper. And it made 24 500 ml, so 2 cups jars. And for some reason, well, I cooked down the medium one a little bit more because I bought a new roaster. And I put some of them in there and some of them in a pot. And the roaster, it was just hard because it says to let it boil for an hour and a half. But with a roaster, it doesn't ever look like it's boiling. So it was just a learning curve. So anyway, I ended up with 13 hot sauce, like hot salsa, not sauce, and 11 medium. And I'm pretty sure, I think we're down to like 7 hot. And then I think pretty much all the medium ones are there. I haven't opened them, and I'm sure he will jump into the medium ones after he's done the hot. But, and it's one of those things, you know, like when you make salsa or you buy salsa, you know, your salsa stays open in your fridge forever and it's good. But with fresh stuff like that, like once you open it, like I water bath canned it, once you open it, you should eat it within, you know, a few days, 5 days. And that's why, well, if you read the guidelines, you shouldn't make anything bigger than, I can't remember what it was, if it was a liter or whatever it was. I didn't go bigger than what they suggested you don't go bigger than. Oh, do you know what I realized? I don't have a cardstock. I'm going to go find a cardstock and put that in. And the first one is done. I love that color of cardstock. And you know, I was thinking, I'm almost out of white cardstock. So I'll have to go to Michael's and see if they still have their recollection, you know, packs. And that's how I'm going to have to get my cardstock. Because I used to get it, a lot of these cardstock are Stampin' Up. But I heard that they don't sell 12 by 12 anymore. And I'm like, okay, so I won't be able to get the 12 by 12. Okay, so let's get into this. I like to even take it out, even though, you know, there's nothing in there right now to cut apart, because I like to see what I have. So I know, okay, yeah, I have a cardstock, so I'm good. And I think for this one, I'm going to go with the viewfinders. So eventually I'd like to make, you know, my own crushed tomatoes and all that. And so anyway, I wanted to get one of those food mills where you kind of seed out and it takes the peel and everything away. And the electric ones are like insane. So I'm like, no. So I had put, that's kind of orange and that's kind of the end of orange. So let's do that. And then, so brown and orange, I love those two colors together. Plus, there's that wood grain back there. So anyway, I always do that. I put stuff on Amazon and you leave it there. And then what they do is they know what you've put on and then they put it on sale. So I never pay the price, the full price, you know what I mean, of what they say, because I put it in my cart, or not my cart, but my wish list. And then all of a sudden, within a month or so, it goes on sale. So I got it on sale. I think it was a lot. It was, oh, I don't know, maybe $50 off. So I was like, yes. So that came in yesterday, but I don't think I'll be using it this year. I don't think, but next year I'll have it. It'll be there. And then, what else do I want to do? There was something else I just thought, oh yes, and I want to do some of that. Oh, I don't have a lot of orange left. Huh. See, when I printed more circles, I'm like, oh, I'm sure I have enough orange because, you know, there's orange, bright orange, and then there's peach, which is all like variations of orange. And yeah, not a lot left, but that's okay because you know what? It's getting me to use what I have in here. Same as, you know, whatever you have in your stash. Same thing with the digital prints. I like to make sure that I use up what I have here. Another thing too is I stop cutting those little arrows apart until I'm ready to put it on the cluster, because what was happening was I was losing the arrows. So now I don't cut them until I'm ready to use them. Another thing someone said was, you know, when I go to my crop to bring something with me. And if Cody's watching, the last time we had a live, she was like, Nicole, remember that bottle cap? Take that out. So I'm going to be taking one of these with me at the crops. So when I start my layout, when I take everything out, I'm going to put everything in there. Everything in there on my desk. I'm going to work and then I'll work from there. So, and even this weekend, I might as well keep it out because I'll use it this weekend. Because believe me, even at home, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose some stuff. I don't know how it happens, but it just does. So we'll go with the bright orange. This is from the Apples and Oranges collection. You know, it kind of makes me kind of giddy when I think about it, because when we first started, if you remember, if you've been here for a while, that's how we started. We started with the collections, and I just love the names. I know it's, you know, I just love the names though, because oh, let me see. Oh, because these are white around the edges. I think I'm going to go with the plain, which I had from the beginning, just so they stand out a little bit more. I'm going to try and match that as much as possible. So there's Apple and Oranges. There is Cozy Cafe. There is Radiant Rainbow, Pastel Paradise, Summer Carnival, and Seasoned Spices. I just love the names. And then, so we started with that, and then I was like, I love them, but I want different shades of colors. And one thing I can say is our colors, whatever the collection, you'll find something to match the collection. If you watch Moira here on YouTube, I'll link her channel down below. She does videos where she says, here's the collection, and I'm going to match, you know, some digital files to that collection. And she always ends up finding all kinds that match the collection. And, you know, one thing, if I'm, you know, scrapbooking and looking for an embellishment, and then I go, man, that flower, it's just, and if you remember, I said, I wish there was a little bit more orange with it, right? Or maybe it's too big. Maybe it's too small. It's just not perfect. Well, that's why we don't do like a full sheet of different things. We do one sheet, and then we do the different colors and the different shades and the different sizes, so that you can find the perfect size, the perfect embellishment for each of your pages. And I love that. I love that, you know, I can do that and find the different shades, the different sizes. Okay. And once you purchase it, it's, you know, yours forever because it's digital. So I run out of a sheet. I'm like, oh, I'm running out of orange. I just print another one, and I love that. If you don't have a printer, you can send it to like Staples or something like that. But, you know, of all the tools that we have, different tools that we have in our arsenal, right? We have silhouettes and crickets and Big Shot and all that stuff. Printers are getting more and more affordable. So that would be a great thing to have in your stash, is a printer. Okay, I think I'm going to get a few brown. Oh my goodness, talking about, you know, the digital files. I can't wait to show you the new ones. Oh my goodness, he's working on mushrooms right now. He's been working on them for quite a while. And so there's 6 different ones. So there's going to be mushrooms 1 and 2. And they're going to be in one file. But there's going to be a sheet of each. So you get 2 for the price of 1. We just have so many files right now that we're, you're going to start getting like sort of like deals, right? Because we're like, okay, we got to make sure that we don't have a gazillion files. So we're going to put 2 in one file. Okay, I want one of these. I'm just trying to see what size. I think I'll go with this. There's 2 small ones, 2 medium ones, and yeah, I'll go with another small one. Okay, so now we'll cut this one, and you know, we're getting there. So we're getting really close to having all of our page kits all ready to go. Now I've gone into, you know, some virtual crops, and I don't have all of these all punched out, and we get it all done, right? We get it all done. But because of the pending storm, I'm like, you know what? We're going to have all these ready so that we can get these layouts done. It's not often that we get hit with like hurricanes. I think the last time, whenever Hurricane Juan was, it hit Halifax, like Nova Scotia, way harder than us. Like we got some, but they got hit really bad. I think it was in 2012. Can that be? So 10 years ago. It was a long time ago. So, you know, we're not, I know some areas are, if you will, like, you know, more at risk. I wonder how Bermuda did overnight, because I was tracking the storm, and it was like, ooh, at 9 o'clock last night, it was kind of, you know, equal with Bermuda, and them, it wasn't like, oh, heavy rain or like we are. It was like hurricane warning. So, hope everyone's okay. We have Dave's cousin lives there. So, okay, I'm going to do these size of arrows. These size of arrows doesn't kind of scare me to lose them as much. And then we'll just have the butterflies. I'm even going to add the foam tape because I have the foam tape here. I have it out. So I might as well do it. One of the challenges we're doing, a lot of times when I think of challenges, I think of stuff that, man, what's in my room that I've had for years that's not even open, that I spend good money on, not even open. Let's see if I can dust that off and try to use it, right? Well, one of the things that I've never even opened, I looked at it this morning and I've never even opened it, is quilling supplies. So I'm not saying I'm going to become proficient in quilling, but at least I'm going to try it. You know, I probably won't like make a flower or something like that with it, but I'll probably just do some little springy things. You never know. So one of the things I'm going to do this afternoon is I'm going to play with that quilling stuff. I can't remember what number that was, but I think we're going to make sure that it's like for tomorrow so that I can play with it a little bit. Although, really, after I'm done tonight, I probably won't have too much time anyway. And I start pretty early tomorrow. So it's going to be this afternoon anyway. So I guess it doesn't matter when it is. Because tonight, if we do what we think, you know, if the storm doesn't cut us off, is I think I'm going to go till 11. Till 11. Okay. And then we're going to start bright and early tomorrow. Well, for some of you, it's going to be bright and early. It's going to be 9 here. I thought maybe of ending at 10 and then starting at 8 tomorrow. I don't know. Tonight, when we're doing the thing, we'll be chatting about, you know, the options of what we can do. And try to figure out how to get these pages done with Fiona, kind of threatening. Oh, my coffee's getting cold, but it's still good. So last night what Dave did, because we weren't going to go at the trailer anyway. So that's not why we're not going, because I had, you know, the class and stuff. So I said, well, we might as well sleep here because I got to get up early and come back to the house. So I'd rather be here and not be stressed about being late and all this stuff. So last night what he did was he went over and he brought in the sides, just so, because if it's heavy, heavy, heavy rain, there's no sense having all that rain fall, you know, on the slide outs and stuff. And he just kind of secured a few things and at the trailer, and then he came home. Here, it's not too bad. There's, you know, we don't really, there's probably just like our big chairs outside. Maybe he can flip them. I don't know what he can do. Put them in the garage, maybe? I don't know. But they're heavy wood. But, I mean, hurricane winds. I'm sure it can move them. So, okay. Yay, another one done. Okay. And what's exciting to me is whatever is left over from this, I'm going to turn it in to, I'm going to turn it in to a page kit for my crop. So, yay. I'm going to have that done for the crop. Starting next week, I'm going to be putting a little bit more emphasis on this crop making page kits. Alongside with everything else that I gotta do, but that's okay. Oh, the things from 49 Market, love it. Love it, love it, love it. I love this collection too. The Simple Stories Lakeside. So pretty. Okay, so this, I'll probably do just 2 types of blues. Let me see. Do I want to do, what do I want to use? Do I want to use, do I want to use frames as the background? Or part of the background? Oh, look at that. Oh, that's close, but I think we can do better. I think we can do better. This is something else that I need. Oh, I need to print some more. I've used quite a bit of these. And how I can tell is my file is not very thick. So that tells me that there's a lot of the colors that I don't have. So I've used up a lot of the colors. See, that's when we were messing around with how textured we wanted the inside, whether we wanted that texture or that texture. And we ended up, I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but there's a texture on that. So that was the testing phases. Okay, I'm going to do these two. These two right here. Now, I might use this for journaling, or I might use it for embellishment clustering. We will see. We will see once we get to it. But I like those colors together. Okay. So we'll move that to the side. Do we want to add some tickets? Let's add some tickets. Let's add some tickets. And I'm so excited that T here on YouTube, I think her name is Sabina, her real name. But I call her T because her YouTube name, she says T. So I call her T. she said, can you do blank tickets so that, you know, because, you know, then they could put people can put their own language. And I was like, oh my goodness, yes. I don't know why we didn't think of that, duh. So we did them, and then I was like, oh my goodness. After I printed them, I was like, this is awesome, because I like to use them as a strip on the side of a photo. And then this way, I don't have to worry about the words being sideways. Now, the other ones still have a place, but I think I'm going to be using them the way we intended them and cutting them apart and putting them in clusters. For sure. Okay. Ooh, I love that. Now, see, this is like one size of tickets. Now, my mind is reeling because I was saying that we have different sizes, right? Different sizes of embellishments. The butterflies, they're in 3 different sizes. These are only in one size right now. So that's definitely, you know, possible that we are going to eventually make them in all the different sizes. Okay. Oh yeah. Let's get these. Let's get these. And I think I'll just get the big ones. I'm not going to get small ones for this one. What I should do is get my other arrows, because we have these arrows. And once we did this, I was like, I think I'd like just big ones. And I'd like some of the arrows pointing the other way, because if your cluster is over here, you don't want the arrow pointing off the page. You want it pointing in. So, but I always forget to bring those over. So I need to bring those over. I think I'm going to go. Do I want to go? No, I think I'm going to go with viewfinders, just because if I do use those, it's going to be a lot of emptiness. So I want something with a little fuller stuff on here. Oh, I forgot to take these out. These weren't that bad. It was just like a darker shade, but I just wanted something a little closer. Now, let's see here. There's this, but this is in the turquoise. And then for my patrons, we did a new color called mint. So, haha, here is mint. Love it. Right? This is mint. Yes. I have to put it next to each other, and then I'm like, yes. But one is definitely greener than that one, right? Yes. I mean, there's one in the turquoise that was a little greenish because I wanted, you know, that color. But then I was like, I want the lighter stuff. And okay, so let's get the circles. Okay. One thing that I'll have to do tonight is make sure that I completely sit on the chair. I have a bad habit of sitting off the chair, and that's just not good for the back. That is just not good for the back. Okay. Let me see. That's really close, but it's almost too close to the same color. I want a little bit more, like a difference. I thought I had cut or printed the new, you know, the mint circles and stuff, but I guess not. I just did Cozy Cafe or turquoise, but I think I can probably make turquoise work. How close? I don't know why I'm being so fussy, but I'm being fussy. Okay, let's see if there's any other colors in there. I don't think I want, there is orange, but I don't know if I want to do orange. I don't know if I want to do orange. Let's go through it one more time. Maybe it's hiding somewhere. Definitely need to print 1.5 inch circle mint. Okay, I'm gonna have to make a decision. I think the middle circle here is gonna be okay. Or no, I don't know. I'll put those two and then I'll decide between those two. And that's just gonna have to be okay. Same as my cardstock. Man, I used to be, you know, so finicky about choosing the perfect shade. And then what that would do was I would have, you know, all these cardstock in my stash. And I'm like, no, I have to buy this color again. And I'd buy another, you know, package of that color. Well, now I have so much cardstock, which I was a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for years, you know, 7 years, I think, something like that. And so that's why I have so much cardstock. But I've bought some cardstock since I've not been a demonstrator. But now lately, last few years, I'm like, nope, find a cardstock that's close and be happy with that. So I've been doing that. Now, I don't know, I think I'll go with a white cardstock with this. Now this one here, I'm gonna just cut the two of them together, which I think I'm gonna cut them apart because there's a third color. And if I use it the way I usually, you know, the way I like to use it normally, is I like to put 3 of them like this and make a cluster. But I think I would want this in the middle. But I'll leave it like that for now. And then I can decide. Because if I use it as part of my embellishment cluster too, I'll need to cut it. But we'll just leave it like that for now. It's not a big deal. It's 2 little cuts. It won't take a long time to cut. And we'll cut these just like that. These are not hard to cut at all. Someone was saying yesterday, you know, when it's a stormy day like this, what perfect day to just sit there and just fussy cut. I love that. Love that, because you can't be outside. I haven't even walked once this week. And I probably won't till Sunday. Now, Sunday's supposed to be nice, so it's going to be a priority. I got to start walking again. But next week, it's calling for rain all week again. But I think I'll try to find a break in the weather and go walking whenever it's nice. But some weeks you just have too much to do. Next week's going to be no different, but I think I'm just going to prioritize because it doesn't take long to get out of that habit of not doing, not doing something. So I got to make sure to keep doing that. So just a few more arrows and then we'll be on to our last page kit. Yay! We'll be all ready. The next thing I'm going to do once I'm done this is I take a little piece of like sticky notes, I take some sticky notes and I write all challenges on it. Then I look at all the page kits and say which page kit would this go the best with. And then I assign a challenge, and then I'm going to add photos to all of them. So I'm going to do all of that. It's still morning here, so I'm going to do all of that before I move on to anything else for my day. Okay. There we go. We'll do that. Just like that. Yay. Okay. There, let's throw that away right away because it just is messy. I just have this little thing here that I got at the dollar store years ago. And usually before I leave for the day, I empty it out so it's always empty when I start, but I didn't do that yesterday. Naughty girl, naughty girl. Okay, we'll put this away. I'll grab the last one and then we'll put it together. So let's put this last one together. All right, I think I'm gonna go with squares and some tags for this one. So it's greens. Let's see if we can find, you know what? Let's start with the big one first because I'll decide on the big one. I found 2 cardstock that's going to go really well with this, but I got to think about what's going to be my background. And I think it's going to be this one. That's my background, I think. Looking at the rub-ons, maybe this one would be better. Let me check here. Let me check. Because I don't think these would show up very well. I already tried on a really dark and it didn't show up very well. So we can probably do it on that. Might do some yellow. We will see. We'll put these back in this little envelope so they stay safe. Okay, so let's grab some big squares. There's green. So I think I'm gonna go dark, dark with the big ones. Okay, just like that. And then I'll go with this color right here, the light, with these. So there's one here and there's 2 over here. Okay, so that's done. Those are done. Don't know if I want to put a circle in there too. I was looking at the embellishments and the embellishments have circles, so we could, you know, fix it so that we use it like that. Okay, I think I'll be fine with that. Let's grab some tags. What's this? Huh, perfect. Tags. I think this time, instead of butterflies, we're gonna do birds. Let's do birds. Maybe this is where I'll do yellow. This is where I'll do yellow. I see yellow. Yeah, let's do these birds. This is the more yellow. Perfect. Perfect. So we're gonna grab some of every size and going different directions, because then you can kind of decide, you know, depending on where you put that cluster, where are you gonna put those birds. Okay, That is perfect. Now, maybe I can do yellow. And look at that, they're right here. Yellow arrows. Oh, there's another yellow. Don't think I'd want the big, well, maybe. What did I do with the birds? They all disappear. Hope I didn't put them back in here. Oh, I flicked them all over here. Okay, because I'm trying to figure out if I should do, I think I'm going to do the dark yellow. Dark yellow. Just like that. I think it's going to look good. And then I'll do the light yellow for the little ones. Okay. Perfect. Now we just gotta cut these guys apart. Uh-oh, see, I almost did it again. Put it in the file and then forget where I put it. Now the squares, I like to use my big scissors for that because it's so much easier to just cut once like this. But the rest of the stuff, I like to use those scissors, the Fiskars. I couldn't find those the other day and I had to use like my regular scissors, and talk about awkward. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't think I like holding regular scissors anymore. And at first I thought it was really like awkward, but I bought those when I broke my wrist. So I had the cast on. So it was actually the perfect, like it was perfect for that. So if you have any kind of issues with your hands and stuff, those are perfect for that. Perfect. Apparently they have some like bigger ones, but I don't mind using these big ones once in a while because most of the time I use those. The only time I use my big scissors is for something like that or the tags. Okay. All right, so I'm almost done. Yay. So if you are interested, go to NicoleJones91.com, classes store. It's under new crop, but it is September 2022. And it's going to be tonight when you see that. I know I've been talking like it was that day saying, oh, I want to do a load of laundry. I want to go have, because I know that the day of the crop is when, you know, all this is going to happen. Well, actually, it's probably going to be the next day, but I'm still kind of thinking ahead. Ooh, I got to put water in the tub too. Future me. Put water in the tub because we're on a septic system. So if we run out of power, we have no water. We can't flush. So I'm going to put water in my tub the Friday before. So I got to do that too. No sense cooking a whole bunch of stuff ahead because if we have no power, we can't cook. But we did get sub meat and sub buns and that kind of stuff. So we can always use the barbecue too. It's just if it's really rainy, although our barbecue's under the awning, but imagine it's going to feel like it's raining sideways. So being outside is probably not a fun thing. Okay. There we go. Awesome. A few more things. We live right at the corner of like two roads. One is a pretty major road. The other one is like a secondary road, but man, before we moved here, I had no idea it was that busy, but it's pretty busy. There is quite a few houses now that are built on this road. Like, there never used to be this many. So that's why it's so busy. Because there's a lot of people building on this road. And even, I think this summer, I saw a couple more houses going up. And I'm like, okay. There we go. I'll do that. Then all we'll have left are the birds. And then that's going to be it. Did I just have 3 birds? No, I had 5 birds. Okay. Maybe I should have grabbed, I was going to say, maybe I should have grabbed some green birds, but everything else is green. So I think we'll stick with the yellow. I'll probably just use 3 of them, like 1 per cluster. The owls, I like to overlap them because one looks like it's sleeping and then the other one looks like it's tucked in. To me, that looks like something an owl would do, you know what I mean? But the birds, I usually just put the 1. I usually just put the 1, but I'm going to cut them all out now because I don't know which direction I'm going to want. Because depending where my cluster is, I'll decide then. Okay, so we'll do this. And okay, a few more. Okay. It's so relaxing to cut, you know, these out. I, at first, thought that I was going to cut a whole bunch and then put them in, you know, containers. But what I found was, then I found it hard to find 3 colors that were exactly the same. Like I had to dig too much. So that's why I went to file folders, because then it's easy, you know, if I'm choosing something, it's easy to choose 3 the same color because they're together. So I just choose them. But if they're all punched out and they're in a container, then I have to try to find 3 matching ones. So I'd rather just punch them out or cut them out whenever I'm going to use them. There we go. Okay. And I have a Brother Scan and Cut, and I could. I've used it to cut out stuff, but because of that, I don't want to. The only thing that I liked using my Brother Scan and Cut for is my letters, because then the letters are cut apart. The tiny letters, and I cut them on sticker sheets, and then it just makes it nice to, when I go to use those letters, they're just like stickers. And I like that. Okay, well, that's it. That is the last page kit. So I am completely ready for the crop. Well, almost. I just got to assign a challenge and add photos, but that's going to be like maybe half an hour and I'll be totally ready to get started. So that's it. Hopefully we'll see you at the crop. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.